Now, who said Texas barbecue and Georgia barbecue couldn't come together for a holiday collaboration? Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Outdoors with Jeff. Before we light the coals for today's cook, take a minute and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified of any new content that comes to the channel. What's up barbecue crew? Welcome back to Outdoors with Jeff. I know everybody's getting ready to get out on the grill for the holiday weekend, and today's episode is going to cover a few things that you may want to end up making. First, let's start off by talking about how this episode is a little bit special. We're going to be doing a collaboration with Jeff Greer from Grill and Smoke Barbecue down in Killeen, Texas. Now, you don't need to go to his link or anything of that nature. He's going to be followed up right behind me on this video. So after I get finished up, you're going to see Jeff, and he's got some great things that he's cooking up this weekend as well. So I'd like to welcome everyone from Grill and Smoke Barbecue as well. And also I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing. And everybody else who's part of the barbecue crew, I ask you to subscribe to Grill and Smoke Barbecue as well. So today, I'm going to be making a few things on the gravity fed 980. We're going to start off by doing some corn, and we're going to cook that with the husk on. And I soaked this corn for an hour in water, and we're going to get it on the grill at 325. And we got a couple of things that we're going to do to it. It won't be a very long cook on it, but you're gonna see we're gonna put some extra steps into it that's gonna make this thing really pop. Towards the end of the corn cook, we're going to pull those husks back, and we're going to get a mixture that's got some butter and some Creole seasoning in there, and we're gonna have a great flavor on that corn that's gonna be out of this world. I'm also doing kebabs as well. We have beef, which we made out of a sirloin, and we have some chicken as well, which a lot of times people use chicken breasts, but I'm a thigh man myself, and that's where the best flavor is in my opinion on the chicken. So I'm going to cover in detail how I prep these kebabs and what we did to make them pop. One of the things that really added a lot of flavor to this portion of the cook is Allegro marinade. Now this is a marinade I've been using, I want to say about 12 to 15 years now. It really goes well with meat, vegetables, just about anything. And you don't have to do anything to it. You can take it, it'll go straight out the bottle and just give you some great extra flavor. I soaked the vegetables and the meats for about 2 hours in the Allegro marinade, and that's definitely going to make a big impact on the flavor that we're going to get from this cook today. For our SPG today, we're using Fiesta brand's garlic pepper seasoning, and that's also on the kebabs. And afterward, we're going to put a little extra spin on it. After these kebabs finish cooking, we're going to glaze them and get some extra flavor on there. And today we're going to be using Robert Rothschild's roasted pineapple habanero glaze and finishing sauce. Now I've been using this for about 1.5 years, and it's really got some good flavor to it. And it actually has bits of pineapple and habanero pepper in there that give it a little extra kick. And to bring it on home, we got something a little bit extra that I've done in the past. It's been a while, but it's actually pretty good. Today we're going to be grilling some pineapple and some watermelon. And it doesn't take long to cook, and it's not a hard process. I'll show you that. And it's a sweet treat that I think your family's really going to enjoy. Enough talking, let's get to the cook. So here I'm starting with some sirloin Angus Choice Steaks, and I'm cutting them into cubes, and I'm getting about 6 cubes per steak. And after I cut up all the steaks, I'm getting these cubes together and getting them into a Ziploc bag. We're going to get ready to get them marinated with the Allegro marinade. And it's important here that you get out as much air as you can so that those steaks can really get a good bath in that marinade. And here I'm trimming the chicken thighs Everybody loves chicken thighs, but nobody wants to trim them. And here I'm just cutting the thighs in half to portion them for the kebabs. And we're repeating the same process in the Ziploc bag with the marinade. And here we're repeating the same process with the mushrooms that we're using. And here I'm cutting some good sized pieces of orange bell pepper. And the same thing with red onion. And at this point I'm mixing in some potatoes with the onion and bell pepper and coating them with olive oil, and that's our binder. And I'm getting a good mix on them. And then I'm going to come back with some Fiesta brand's garlic pepper seasoning and coat these vegetables all over. And at this point, our meat and mushrooms have marinated in the Allegro for 2 hours, and it's time to start assembling the kebabs. And make them however you like. I like to go heavy on the meat side. And here's what we look like when we're fully assembled. Now let's get these on the cooker. So today we're running the Chargriller gravity fed 980 at 325 degrees for this cook. And we're going ahead and getting the kebabs on. And we're also getting that corn that was soaked for an hour right there on toward the front of the grill. Be sure and pair a good wood for your cook. Today I'm using post oak chunks. So we let the kebabs and corn run for 30 minutes, and here's what we look like after a half hour. You can see we're starting to get some nice color on the kebabs, and the shucks are starting to wilt a little bit on the corn. And so we're going to give those a quick turn. And we also turn the kebabs as well. Keep in mind this isn't a really long cook, so we're going to just give this another 15 minutes. And afterward we check the temperature on our steak, and we are right where we want it to be, around 135 degrees, because we know we're going to have a little bit of carryover. And so we're taking those off. And we're also taking the corn off to get them ready for the next process of the cook. So I melted a stick of butter and combined 3 tablespoons of Creole seasoning. And that's what we use to get a nice little rub here on this corn. And we went down and hit all the corn and then turned them over and did the other side as well. I had temped the chicken kebabs and we were sitting at 172 degrees, so I went ahead and pulled those off and got the corn back on. And at this point we went ahead and glazed the kebabs with the Richard Rothschild pineapple habanero finishing sauce. Make sure you get a good amount of glaze on there. And here's what it looks like when it's back on the smoker. And we let that tack up for another 20 minutes, and we went ahead and put the corn back on the smoker with some butter. And now we're going to take a look and get this fruit done. And this is a very simple recipe, guys. Just a little bit of sugar and whatever fruit you choose to use. So now I have the grill at 450 degrees, and I'm just taking that fruit and just placing it on there. And you're going to let it run for about 1.5 minutes on each side, and you're just going to go ahead and give it a good little flip. And you see we're starting to get some marks, and that's some really great flavor that's going to come in there. And we still can also smell that post oak as well. Between that sugar caramelizing and that little bit of char, we're going to get some nice flavor imparted. And this is what we look like when we're done. Let's do a quick recap. We cut up our steak, our chicken, and our vegetables and marinate them in Allegro marinade for 2 hours. And then we assembled our kebabs after seasoning with Fiesta brand's garlic pepper seasoning. And then we also soaked our corn for an hour, and then we pulled the shucks back, and then we put everything on the grill at 325 and cooked until our internal temperatures were appropriate. We covered the corn with a mixture of butter and goat Creole seasoning, and we glazed the kebabs with Rothschild's pineapple habanero glaze. All right, guys, well, this cook is officially done. That was a good cook. A lot of moving parts, but we got some really great products here. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go into too much detail here. We covered a lot in the opening and during the walkthrough on some of the details that were done, especially with the kebabs. But besides that, you know, the fruit was really good. The fruit was an enjoyable experience as far as cooking that. And you could still smell that post oak coming through the grill at that point. And the corn, I've made corn a few times on the grill, and not to this extent with necessarily keeping all of the shuck, but that really did help steam it. When I pulled that shuck back, you could still feel how wet it was, and you really had some good moist steamed corn. And then we came back with the Creole butter and put that on there, and then added another layer of regular butter as well. But it was really a fun, enjoyable experience cooking. And from that standpoint, I'm not gonna sit here and eat all of this. I'm gonna just do a taste test here on the kebab, on this steak one, and just get a piece of meat off of here. And that's it. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. You can taste the Allegro marinade, and you can also get that kick from the pineapple habanero glaze. It really came together with that, and I'm gonna definitely enjoy eating this over the next couple of days here. But if this was your first time to the channel, definitely want to welcome you and ask for your subscription as well. For those who are in the barbecue crew, thank you for watching. I wish you guys a happy holiday. So don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to send this down to Jeff Greer with Grill and Smoke Barbecue down in Killeen, Texas.
Welcome to Grill and Smoke Barbecue. I'm Jeffrey, and today we're going to be doing that collaboration I spoke about on the last video with Jeff from Outdoors with Jeff. For me, I'm just gonna keep it basic, what you would see mostly at your backyard 4th of July cookouts. I'm gonna do some chicken wings. I'm gonna do them 2 ways. One, I'm gonna use the Heath Riles chicken and hot rub. On the other one, I'm gonna use Uncle Steve Shake's Gator Shake and Spicy R. And I'm gonna top it with some Blues Hog raspberry chipotle sauce. And I'm gonna do some Italian or sausage links that I got from HEB here that has cheddar and jalapeno in them. So if y'all ready, I'm ready. Let's do this. So as I said, chicken wings and sausages. Let's do it. So right here, I have the chicken wings and sausage. It's from HEB, the jalapeno and cheddar sausage. But I'm gonna put that on a little bit later because, well, I don't want to really buy some chicken while it's not cooked yet, but you'll see what I'm talking about later. So let's go and get this seasoned up. All right, so first, give these a coat of oil. Mix it all in. This will just be for the binder. Oil should also help the skin crisp up towards the end, so we're not left with that rubbery skin. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the Uncle Steve's Gator Shake. And these will be the ones that I'm gonna give the Blues Hog Raspberry Chipotle sauce on. Okay, now that I've done that, come over those with the Uncle Steve's Spicy R. Okay, so for these, I'm gonna try the new rub I got from Heath Riles, which is the chicken rub, which I'm gonna put on first. And I'm also gonna come over top of that with his new hot rub. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna get them on the Chargriller gravity fed 980. I'm gonna set the temp for 250 degrees. We'll just try to get a little bit of smoke in there as much as I can. More than likely won't be much because chicken wings don't really take that long to cook. And I'm gonna turn the heat up to about 325, 350 to finish it off so I can try to get that skin right. So let's get over to the Chargriller. Well, actually, let me get the Chargriller warmed up, then we'll get over there. Be right back with you. Okay, so this has been going for about 4 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything shut down. Leave the fan open. I already got the blade out, but before I close that, I'm gonna put a chunk of hickory in here. Now usually I use a fruit wood, but I don't have one right now, so I'm gonna use some hickory to get the job done. We'll go ahead and turn it on. And I'm gonna set it for 250. And you can probably hear the fan kicked on. And once we get up to 250, we'll put the chicken on there. Okay, so we're up to 250. And as I was saying during the burn in, you'll tell as you use it more, the smoke isn't as bad as far as leaking. You can see everything's pretty much sealed up better now. So it's great. What I'm gonna do, put the ones with the Uncle Steve shake. Oh no. Okay, so put the ones with the Uncle Steve shake over here. Then I'm gonna put that Blues Hog sauce on. And the ones with the Heath Riles chicken and hot rub, I'm gonna put those over here. And we cooked the temp, not the time. So we'll check back on these in about 30 minutes and see where we're at. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes. Let's check it out. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna spray it with some spray butter. This will help the skin to crisp up. And of course, good old tongs. Flip them over. side as well. Looks like some pretty even cooking going on, so that's great. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn this up to 350. Now I'll come back out and check on it in another 20 minutes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use some Blues Hogs, raspberry chipotle on some of those wings. Now usually I would be getting a bottle like this, but it was sold out from the bottles, so I got this one. Now I am an affiliate with Blues Hog, so down in the description, if you click on my Linktree link, it'll take you to my Linktree page. And on there, you'll see all the things that I'm either an ambassador or affiliate for. And I guarantee you, you're gonna find Blues Hogs cheaper on that site than you would, let's say, Amazon. So just check it out, see if you find something that you like. I mean, they got rubs, sauce, coal, charcoal, knock yourself out. But for me, when it comes to saucing, I don't really like to do cold sauce. So my little baby Dutch oven here, I'll just take some sauce. Let's shake it up. And what I'll do is I'll put it in here. And I'll sit it inside the smoker and let it warm up while the food is cooking. See you in a minute. So like I said, I'll put some of these on. So we're gonna got 5 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss them on here. These are the jalapeno and cheddar sausages from HEB. So hope they're as good as they look. Be right back. So I'm going to flip this again. Spray it again as well. I'm going to spray these. And I am also going to go ahead and get these sauced. So I'll more than likely sauce this again, but for now, it's good to go. Okay, so we're finished. It got a little loud out there. The neighbor started cutting his grass, so kind of messed up the ending part of this. So I moved it indoors now, and you can take a look and see the final product. Have the Blues Hogs, raspberry chipotle glazed wings. We have the regular wings from Heath Rouse with the chicken rub and the hot rub, and you have your jalapeno and cheddar sausages. So the only thing left to do right now is to give it a taste, and that's what I'm about to do. So we start off with this jalapeno and cheddar sausage. So I was real curious about how this would end up. I could definitely get the jalapeno and that cheddar. That is actually pretty good. Probably a little bit better than I thought it would be. Now, let's try some of this chicken. We're gonna try the Heath Rouse chicken and hot rubs on it. Okay, here we go. Hey man, all I can say, Heath Rouse know what he be doing. Man, this is good. That good. Okay. And as you see, the skin wasn't rubbery or anything. Came right off. That's how you want your skin to be. Now let's check this Blues Hog Raspberry Chipotle. Looks good. Cheers. Man, sweet, got kick to it. That Blues Hog Raspberry Chipotle is, it is, man. You gotta try it if you haven't tried it. Or ask somebody who has tried it how good it is, and I bet you're going to get you wrong. Man, hold on. All right, so closing, I'm gonna say this. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Ring that bell so you can get notified when I put out new cooks. Also, this was a collaboration with Jeff over at Outdoors with Jeff. A link to his page will be down below. Go check out his video. And while you're over there, subscribe to his page if you're not subscribed to his page already, and ring that bell for him. And after that, all I can say is, hey, that Chargriller 980, it rocked it, man. I'm out to the next time. Peace.